the sides, the back, or the top, the bottom sill. You caulk behind the nail flange, and then you put your trim boards over that and caulk that. What's the advantage of that?
It's not going to leak.
There you go.
Yeah, you're minimizing your disruption on the inside.
You're doing both things, so it's not going to leak. It's less likely to leak, obviously, if done correctly, because you're flashing it on the outside. You're caulking behind the nail flange, so it's like a new construction install. And then on the inside, you're right, you're not having to cut back any drywall. So if we can turn this around,
Yeah.
go ahead and just move it. Yeah. On the inside,
You want to set the floor?
I don't think you guys can see these. So on the inside, now you've got a pretty tight opening that you can just run a caulk line all the way around, and it's clean, and you're done. You're walking away from it. So on that, you are having to remove the windows, so that's an additional step. You're going to have to pull those boards off. That's an additional step. But as far as the drywall and cutting it back, it eliminates that need, so you're not having to work that into labor and skill and cut and plaster back. And then again, you've got a nice clean install from the inside, and on the outside you got structure integrity now, and you also have water integrity.
So one thing that Rob hit on, just want to make crystal clear, right? We're passing out AMA books right now, right? So the first install he showed you that was block frame, that insert window, the government, AMA says it's not improved. That is a non-AMA approved install. Just want to be crystal clear on that. Okay, everybody got that? That's a non-AMA approved install. What he just showed you, retro or new construction, is AMA approved install. Okay, the first one was not, this one is.
You've got water integrity now, you have structure integrity. On the inside, it's a nice clean finish. But also, now we talked about energy, you've reduced the amount of gap that you have in between the wall and the new window or the replacement window. So you're giving them an energy efficient product all around the install and of course the window that you've sold them now. So we were talking about a brick opening, also an aluminum window that you, for whatever reason, you don't want to disturb the exterior of the building. It's really old. There are different scenarios for everything. This is simulating leaving the existing aluminum frame in place and removing the fixed and the vent and then the HMR or the check rail. So you're going to leave the perimeter of the window in place and just remove all the guts out of it. In that application, we have a product that Ted is passing around now, a corner of that. That's our Z-Bar product. And the Z-Bar product was initially designed to replace stucco windows in Southern California. We found that here in Colorado, we've adapted it to our systems and what we're seeing, and it's working pretty well whenever you understand the product. The Z-Bar, as you pass it around, you'll notice that it's chambered. So what we've done on this one already is we've trimmed it down. So it comes out wider and it's adjustable based off of that width that you need. So how the Z-Bar window is designed to work is to, again, leave the perimeter of the frame in place and then allows this window to slide in over that perimeter of the frame and the Z-Bar to cover the frame on the outside. So to do that, you would measure your inside lip, or the widest part of that inside of the window, width and height, and that's your net measurement, and then you reduce that down to by 1/4 of an inch on width and height. And again, that allows you to get that window into place and not have to,
How are you attaching that to
So,
the? How are you attaching that to the existing frame?
Great question. So the next process is you put a bead of caulk all the way around the back side of this Z-Bar. And we say it's a 3-inch nominal bead of caulk all the way around the exterior. And then you're going to take this window from the outside and slide it right over that opening. Okay. And as we do that, you'll see, if we didn't cut this too short, but it would cover the exterior of that flange, of that aluminum flange.
So you're trimming the Z-bar to the size of the existing framing in there?
Correct, to cover the exterior frame.
Okay.
That's the whole point of the Z-Bar, is to cover it. And also it allows you a flat surface to get your water integrity out of it, because you're again pressing that Z-Bar window with that caulking in between right against that new or that existing frame that's in place. And then on the inside to secure it, you're gonna secure it through the sides, just like you would a block window. You pre-drill it and just go through the sides of the window. And that's how you would secure it in place. And then on the outside, we'd say caulk around the edge of the window, all the way around, and make sure that that's where you're, because if water gets in between there, it's likely not to get in because you've now got caulking behind, but that's just a secondary water penetration.
So do you
point.
have a plug kit or something for the head?
For-
The headpiece, or it's a big window?
Right.
And I just ran into this.
Screwing into the,
Yeah, we couldn't because it was a picture of units and we had nowhere to screw.
right. So again, you only want to screw through the sides with this, so that's one disadvantage of it, so larger units. The Z-bar adds some integrity as far as the strength of the window, but again, you don't want to screw the top and the bottom. However, on a Z-bar window, in a picture window frame, it'll come with sash stops, so it'll, basically you'll pull those sash out and you'll have a chamber to screw the windows on the sides, and then you just put that snap, that sash stop back in place and covers those. So then, on the interior side of that, you'll have a gap, right, because you've undersized this window. And whenever you did that, you created this gap, right, between the frame of the old window and the frame of the new window. So again, what we recommend is, as Mark was describing earlier, you'll want to insulate it, backer rod. You can do, a loose bat. You can do foam, apparently. And once you foam around it or backer rod around it, then you'll want to caulk it, of course, to give it a nice seal there. You're still left with that gap, so what do you do with it? From a finish standpoint, I've seen some put coat molding on it, depending on the gap. Others will trim it out with, a little stop of some sort, a screen stop. We also offer a flat interior trim, which is, you can score and snap it. It's applied with double-sided tape. And how that works is on the inside of the window, you'll trim it to the appropriate width, take off the tape, go straight to the window, and now you've covered that gap. And once you put your nice line of finish caulk above it, it can, blends in pretty well.
Is that a trim quick product?
This is actually extruded by us.
That doesn't come with the adhesive on it, does it?
It doesn't, so you have to order double-sided tape as part of that. Yep. So some other options that are available, obviously the Z-bar is. Any of these options are going to be available with the Tuscany series product because it has a snap groove on the exterior side or an accessory groove on the exterior side. So you can do your Z-bar. You can look through here, there's some brick mold options as well. And all of those options can be used in this application where you're just going to apply it as a flush fit on the outside of the window. So there's some additional accessories if just the flat's not going to work or you want a little more detail work on the outside. Brick mold's a good solution for that if you have the gapping around that.
And what's your best solution on vinyl siding?
So with vinyl siding, generally you'll pull off the J channel, expose it, hopefully expose the nail flange if they didn't run it too far out. And then you can come back around with this product. You'll get the J channel loose, and then you'll apply the window into the hole, use the screw, because you'll order it with the flange at that point, and then you'll just snap this J channel back over the top of it. So that's our three basic options that are out there. We just wanted to today really point at what's available. Some are using it, others are not. But certainly we know that the competition, they don't even offer a nail flange option, so they're definitely sticking a window in regardless of the situation. In some situations the block frame does make sense, but regardless with them, they're doing it. And they're taking a block frame window and they're charging $400 or $600 to slide it into the hole, and in 2, 3, 5 years, whatever it may be, they're going to potentially have some leaking issues, as well as the energy loss going around that window. So it's a good advantage for us as dealers and as the manufacturer to partner up and make sure that we're all on the same page, that these are the options. And Gennaro was talking about educating his customers, and they do a great job on the energy side of it. We have that same opportunity to do that on the install side of it as well.